Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to the July Abundance reading. So I do these monthly. For a while there, I was being guided not to do them, and now I'm being guided to do it again, especially on the heels of the last video where the direct message came through that new abundance is being divinely created right now. So it was almost a reassuring and trust and faith kind of energy, very reassuring that new abundance is being created. Just like in nature, it's constantly being created. So there was a lot of messages about that. So we're going to tap into 4 decks, which I found really extraordinary to be guided to 4 decks for the abundance reading this time. 4 is all about building, stability, new abundance, but also like stability. And they kept on saying, you know, we're laying down a new foundation for new things to be created and build upon. And you may even be seeing repeating 4s a lot in numbers. That's been coming up as well. For a while there, it was repeating 3s, which you still may be getting, but then there's a lot of like 2s and 4s. So there's all about divine partners, co-creating. You know, you're not doing it alone. Even when you feel like you're working alone, you're not doing it alone. It's all for making things better for yourself and others. And in the space of new abundance coming in, don't fill the gaps with fear or doubt. Just fill it with faith and trust. So let's get into the messages for 4 decks. So we're going to tap into our secret wealth code, which are going to bring forth what are the qualities right now that would best serve our abundance at this time. So these are like archetypes and all the personality traits, character traits that we have that we can bring to situations in our lives to create real divine abundance. And that's what this is all about, real divine abundance in all forms. So we're going to tap into that, the secret wealth codes. We're going to tap into the angels of abundance for messages, and then we're going to actually check in. This is in an older deck, but they guided me to it, messages from your angels. So what are the messages from the angels in regards to abundance? And then we're going to end it with real divine abundance, get clear messages on how to stay connected to real divine abundance. And this is actually the theme. This was the carryover cards from the last reading, why I'm doing this reading now, actually, because it was all about this new abundance coming in, and to trust and have faith that new abundance is being created for you right now. Almost like reminding us over and over, a flower does not bloom overnight. It takes time, and trust that the seeds that you're planting, the work that you're doing is paving the way is a recurring message, that there's seeds that you're pouring out that are going to be creating new abundance, and you're not doing it alone. So let's tap into right now, clear out your minds and hearts, and let's tap into the qualities that would best serve us in July. When it comes to abundance, what are the best qualities that we can embody and put forth in all that we're doing that would best serve creating more real, natural, real divine abundance in all forms? So this is abundance in all forms. What are the qualities that would best serve us? Okay. What are the qualities that would best serve us at this time in July? What are the best qualities? Oh, right away we're getting the Merchant. So this is Mercury. Oh my gosh. And are you ready? This is what I'm talking about. This is the reminder that they're constantly trying to talk about Mercury, trying to communicate to us that opportunities to prosper are literally everywhere. And so to have that big picture view, that's a higher level, higher vibration. To not get so stuck in the physical or what you're physically seeing with your eyes or hearing with your ears. It's knowing and trusting and having faith. And you know that on a higher level that truly opportunities to prosper are literally everywhere. So they're saying the qualities to embody are logical, discerning, flexible, financial, psychological, creative, communicative, social, brilliant, quick, evaluative, technical, inventive. So I know that Mercury is finally going forward. I knew we were in a retrograde period for a while there. So especially when it comes with your business, with your projects, things could be starting to move forward again. If it could almost feel like a restart, the energy to embody and the mind space to embody are that opportunities to prosper are literally everywhere. So you still, this flexible is leaping out to me because they always say sometimes you don't go from A to B to C to D. Be flexible. You may be brought from A to F, whatever you're guided to. Could be you're really focusing on your finances at this time. This almost looks like a money tree to me. There's almost looks like dollar bills on the tree. We may be really focused on how we can make this tree fuller. You see how it's kind of sparse? It's like we want to fill our money, our accounts, bring in more abundance, have this be really lush. Like they said, a flower does not bloom overnight, so you have to know that this tree is blooming. It will be more lush. So stay flexible, focused on the finance, okay? So your qualities, creative, communicative, social, brilliant. Brilliant's been coming through a lot. Those are the ones that are really leaping out at me. So it's flexible, financial, creative, communicative. So everything probably a lot is going, one of your key factors of success will be with your communications in business, in your projects, being creative and flexible. And staying focused on what you're trying to bloom has been a recurring message. It came up again to remind me, and I had to share it with someone else on this channel, like a message that they gave about a year ago when, everything was so in lockdown. Even during that time, and we've come so far ahead, now they're calling it the light at the end of the tunnel, things are opening up. So literally opportunities to prosper are everywhere. But what they brought forth was this message that they had me say before. It was almost like a parable about getting the message about they're looking at you to plant a tree. And sometimes we get so distracted because there's always something going on that we don't plant our tree. And I'll take a second just to repeat it so I have it again on the video because it was such a great message. It was about a man who was getting the impulse or the intuition or the creative spark nudging to go across the street and plant a tree. But every time he went to plant the tree, there was all this commotion going on across the street. So this is figuratively. He would cross the street to see what was going on, and he'd get all caught up with the dramas across the street. So day after day, he kept on going across the street, getting distracted from the tree he was supposed to plant. And to the point where even when he was getting nudged to plant the tree, he was like, what's the point? Nobody's even noticing. There's so much noise. There's other things going on across the street. Nobody would even know if I plant the tree or not. Like, why even bother? So finally, after day of ignoring his impulses and crossing the street to deal with the commotion and everything else, he finally got bored with what was going on across the street. It was just like he was just a spectator. He wasn't necessarily making anything better. It was just like watching all this drama day after day. So even out of boredom, he went back across the street to where he was supposed to plant the tree, and he got caught up in planting the tree. He actually really enjoyed planting the tree, the process of planting the tree. And then he realized afterwards, oh my God, when he plants this tree, the tree actually makes, even though the people across the street are still caught up in the commotion, what he's planting makes better air for all. When that tree grows, it makes better air for all. So not only did he enjoy the process more, but he's creating something that's for the betterment of himself and others. And so there was a lot coming through about a lot of times we're distracted, we waste our time, focus, energy. There's been a lot about that and pulling our energy back for the things that actually grow our trees. And very easier said than done, because every day you get pings every second. There's so much drama going on all the time, but it is a time to pull back your energy and focus in on what is your abundance and plant your trees. Like if you are guided to something, try something new, plant over here. They also gave the message that we hold all these seeds, and just don't overanalyze your seeds, just plant your seeds. So it's like sometimes we get stuck with, well, we're trying to forecast or project, if I do this with my seed, is it going to flourish this? So we don't plant the seed. We're still stuck in analysis. And they were like, just plant your seeds. It's like trust and have faith and plant your seeds, because we're growing trees. And in the end, it makes the air better. The analogy is that it makes it better for yourself and all. So none of this is self-serving, and I want to put that too, because a lot of times, especially if you're on my channel, you're like me, we think if we go for ours, go for yours, Somehow that's not the betterment for other people as well, but it's one and the same. Another thing they were saying is one and the same is real divine self-care. Your real divine self-care and real divine abundance is on the same track. So when you take real divine self-care of yourself, you'll find that it's keeping you on the same track as real divine abundance. It's on the same track. You don't have to sacrifice real divine self-care. So that leads to the other message as well. Find a real balance between work and play. Like the times of work at the sacrifice of yourself doesn't work. Doesn't work. And there is a balance about that. And we're getting better about that too, because part of our resources is all that we're made of. Yeah, and that's a definite message as well. So you don't want to deplete your natural resources. What are your natural resources? Your love, your heart, your mind, your energy, your stamina, your talents, your gifts, but all your resources, even your energy. They always say your time and energy is so important. So be very aware of what you're investing your time and energy in, and does that grow your tree or not? And when it's brought down to that level, it makes you really cognizant of where you're pouring your time, energy, and focus. And some people, situations, circumstances do not provide this money tree growth, fullness, and we're almost becoming more aware of clearly of what does and what doesn't. So there could be some, like another message was, there's some things that we're just not continuing by choice or not by choice, but to know that it's all for the flourishment of this tree. So in the meantime, when you're looking at this tree and you're like, I want this full, no, you're not doing it alone. No, it's everything I've ever just said, all those spirit messages, but trust you almost have like divine partners to fill this tree, because it's not just for you or the betterment just for you when you go for yours, but for all. It's making the air better for all. So know and trust, honestly, opportunities to prosper are everywhere. So this is a very expansive viewpoint. That's why they've made me throw in all these spirit messages as reminders. It's only to make your mind and heart open. Sometimes it's very easy to get discouraged. I'm guilty of it too. We go in there headstrong or heartful, and then things don't poof right away, and it takes away from our energy, but not to continually hold on with truth and faith to those principles, those viewpoints, a higher perspective, that literally opportunities to prosper are everywhere. They're everywhere. So like I said, going back to the key points, be flexible, creative, communicative, and brilliant. And this brilliancy is what's letting you see this tree and knowing and trusting that it's coming into fullness. Do you see what I mean? It's almost like that Seven of Pentacles energy where you invest so much, but the outcomes, almost like the Nine of Pentacles, the hard work paying off has not yet fully come in fully, but you trust that it's on its way. And you keep all of that in mind as you're doing everything, and stay in your fullness as you're trying to make this more full. Easier said than done. I think that's the key. They don't even want me to pull more cards. So this is the number one thing, is to realize that opportunities to prosper are everywhere. Also, if you that flexibility is a big thing, because you could be insistent on A or B working out, and then you could feel divinely guided to try C. So don't overanalyze your seeds. They keep on going back to that. Don't overanalyze your seeds. You'll be naturally guided if you stay in the moment. Another side message I got the other day, I didn't put it on the channel. They said something, I wrote it down. It was about the power in this moment, to know that everything brought you to this very moment. When you realize the power of this moment, the power of now, like everything, bring all you are to this very moment. This moment's extraordinary. You were made for this moment. That was the spirit message. You were made for this moment. So sometimes when you just drink that, you were made for this moment. So that overrides, sometimes we judge things good or bad, working, not working. But if you just put all this aside and say you were made for this moment, and you know that opportunities to prosper are everywhere. There's an expansiveness of this. There's a letting go of what you were just saying to yourself. It's even letting go of what happened yesterday. Do you see what I mean? It's that. And this is all Mercury. I think a lot of times we get into our heads. this is very expansive. Opportunities to prosper are everywhere, everywhere. So remain flexible, remain creative, remain communicative, and remain brilliant. It's this brilliancy of knowing that, really knowing that in your mind and heart. And that trumps anything else you may say or anything that may happen during the day that you digest that takes you away for a minute from that. Yeah, that's a lot for this one card, and that's really it. So really embody opportunities to prosper are everywhere, and this tree is getting only more and more full. And it's in those spaces to remind ourselves of all these things so we keep going and keep planting and keep trusting and keep having faith that all this money is blooming, because that's what they kept on saying. New abundance is being created for you, and just like a tree blooms with leaves, and this is a money tree, more is coming in, and in the space of it coming in, remind yourself constantly opportunities to prosper are everywhere. You are flexible, creative, brilliant. And it's that brilliancy of coming from that place in mind and heart, and that's your viewpoint. This is really, really clear. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get angels of abundance when it comes to our right away. Ow. And it's saying, yeah, have courage to ask for and accept help. So we're all supporting ourselves with this creation. Like they said, it's not just for you, it's for the good of all. It helps the air be better. A full tree helps the air for all. This abundance is for yourself and others. So have the courage to ask for and accept help when you need it. That also came out in the previous abundance reading. So there's something about we're all helping and supporting each other. And look at how they're blowing kisses. It could be like blowing love, kisses, advice, guidance, support. It's you see how they're each blowing. It almost reminds me of a divine give and take. Each one of us being divinely used at this time to help and support each other. Yeah. So here, asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. What do they say? I mean, we're all being divinely used to help with this tree, with the abundance, what we're each trying to create in our lives. We're helping each other, and cooperation instead of competition. Do you see? This is how we're being divinely used for this new abundance. We're helping and supporting each other, and it's cooperation instead of competition, and that is going to be key. We're all working together. You have angelic support, but also those in the physical. It's all through cooperation, help, support, instead of competition. So here, what's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So we're working collectively together, like that Three of Pentacles. They kept on saying the Three of Pentacles is like the new major arcana, because we're all divinely working together to grow this money tree. It's for the good, for you and all. So whenever you're going for your abundance, it doesn't take away from someone else. Your abundance has nothing to do in a competitive sense with someone else. So each one flourishing and being in their fullness, or creating a, say like I put this here, you put that there, someone else put that there. It's flourishing the tree. We're all doing our part. So you do want to come from the place of cooperation, helping and supporting others. That's what they're saying. We're all helping each other with this money tree, with this abundance, and it's being created. So let's see what the angel messages are about this. So it's all about help, support, cooperation, opportunities to prosper everywhere. We're getting Sonia, and it says, I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy and at peace, and I love you very much, and please don't worry about me. So during this time, if we've had a lot of loved ones pass on, or you could be thinking about loved ones who have passed on during this time of transition, of transformation, of challenges, this is your deceased loved one popping in. This is like one card in this whole deck about other things. So definitely, if you're watching this and you have loved ones passed on, they want you to know that they're happy, they're at peace, they love you very much, and please don't worry about me. They're also, I feel that they are supporting you as well. They're part of your soil that's helping you grow your abundance. You could feel very connected to them. They could be helping you with signs, symbols, messages on how to further your abundance. It's coming on, have the courage to ask for and accept help. And I feel like I just have chills. This is part of your divine help, and that's why they're saying signs, symbols, messages, and you're not doing this alone. You have those in the physical that you had, but also divine help. Loved ones passed on, especially your guides, but loved ones passed on are part of this help. That's what I got when it comes to your abundance. And I have chills when I say that and almost tears in my eyes, because that's what's coming through right now. That's a repeating message, but that they made it come out again. There's not any other cards about that. So that's a real, you have loved ones passed on that are really giving you signs, symbols, messages, and the support and the help that you need in the physical. So open yourself up to receive that, because you're getting a lot of signs, symbols, messages. They're part of your divine help. And that came out in the Akashic Records for July, and also another reading I did recently that you had working angels. Like as you work in your life, as you're doing things in your life, you have angel support. You have loved ones passed on support. It was very important to feel during your day that you're not doing it alone. And we have Teresa. So time out. You've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. What did they make me say in the beginning? Real divine self-care and real divine abundance are on the same track. So you may find that this is a real time that you can take care of yourself. Or they're saying be part of it. See how it's almost like brown, the color of the, when I said about the soil? Part of the support of your creating the real divine abundance is real divine self-care, being that nurturing soil for yourself, and they're also nourishing you as well. You have like divine nourishment, and also for yourself, be there for yourself to nourish yourself. So if you need a time out, we got the Pamper Yourself card. You know, we've been going. We've also been holding tight and holding strong to get through things. And this could be a real time where you could just exhale and you need some downtime. You need to let go. You need, rejuve time. That's part of your soil, and it's part of what they said, real divine self-care and real divine abundance are on the same track. And when you think about the same track, it's like the same vein. It's part of your divine soil when you want to grow things. They always talk about soil and plants with me, like picture yourself, you're a flower. We have to nourish our soul, our soil and our soul. I just got that soil, soul, slip of the tongue, but nourish your soul and your soil. And the divine is as well. This is so beautiful, because this is what's filling in and getting more full. Opportunities to prosper everywhere. So it's like you're supporting that and they're supporting that. And remember, it's accept help and support from yourself and the divine, and with others, it's all about cooperation, not competition. So let's get into real divine abundance, clear divine abundance messages that they're saying for this flourishment, for filling out this tree, for creating real divine abundance. What are the real, to stay connected to real divine abundance? What do they want to bring home as last spirit messages when it talks about, okay, we're getting, stay in tune with your own energy, knowing when it needs to be adjusted, rested, or uplifted. So this is very much this Teresa energy. When do you need to take a time out? When have you pushed too hard? When do you need to rest? Stay in tune with your own energy, knowing when it needs to be adjusted, rested, is leaping out, or uplifted. So if you're getting discouraged, you know when you need a pick-me-up. When you need to rest, you do so. This is real divine self-care. You have to take care. Energy is part of your resources, right? They always remind me and keep making me say it's part of your resources. So you have to really be in touch with your energy. When does it need to be uplifted? When does it need to rest? When does it need to have fun? It's not all work. It's a balance. Stay in tune with your energy and take care of your resources, your inner resources as well. Inner and outer resources. And they're helping us. That's part of, it's going on this. They're helping us to stay more in tune with our energy, so we can know and step in and take real divine self-care of ourselves for this to prosper, to have abundance. We're getting, know wholeheartedly you deserve real divine abundance. Yes, know wholeheartedly, you know, these opportunities to succeed, to flourish. Know wholeheartedly. There's something about our heart knowing wholeheartedly you deserve real divine abundance, regardless of what's happened in the past or how sometimes we have negative self-talk. You deserve it. Know it. Know wholeheartedly you deserve abundance at this time. That's part of real divine self-care. They've helped us a lot with self-worth. This part about deserving it, you know, that was about it doesn't take away from someone else. It's okay to succeed. It's okay to flourish. Oh wow. Okay, so we're getting feel your way when you can't see the way. So there will be times, I often call you guys the real divine high priestess, that you're very intuitive, that you could be nudges, that part about you may not know A to B to C or how A to Z, but you're going to feel your way. You're going to be guided because you have divine help and support here with your loved ones passed on, your spirit guides. So feel your way when you can't see your way. That's been a recurring message for this time, that we're really feeling our way. All our clear abilities are stronger. When you don't quite know logically, part of our brilliance is our clear abilities. We don't even have the vocabulary for it anymore. It's not just intuition. It's just you're literally feeling your way. It's being in tune with your own energy, facing each day and feeling your way. And having that go, that's the flow. So we're getting clear out your mind. Yeah, I knew it was a lot about the mind getting out of their way. Clear out your mind for divine wisdom and divine ideas to enter. And this has been a recurring message. So you're feeling your way when you can't see the way. Clear out your mind for that divine wisdom and divine ideas to enter. In the other message, that's what's helping us out when we don't know from A to Z, and we don't. Like, we're looking at this, we don't know at this moment in time, but you feel your way and you clear out your mind for the divine wisdom and divine ideas to enter, because you're not doing it alone. That's part of the help. So you're going to get divine ideas, divine wisdom pop in there, and then you just follow it. And the last one we got was stay divinely connected and create real divine abundance. And that's it. So sometimes we get in our own way. We're cluttering our own mind, especially when we're looking at this and we're like, how are we going to do this? What are the exact steps? I don't know. From where I am in the physical, I don't see it. I don't know exactly what to do. We're feeling our way. You're clear out your mind. In this, we get fearful, doubtful, like, I don't get the steps, I don't understand where it's coming from, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, blah, blah. But we're getting help in the physical and with the divine. Absolutely. You feel your way, you take care of your energy the whole way, you clear out your mind, don't fill it with doubt, discouraging yourself even more. You stay up, clear out your mind, divine wisdom and divine ideas to enter. So it could be in your day that you just clear out, you're taking care of your energy, and all of a sudden you'll get a divine nudging. You'll be like, oh, I can plant this metaphorical seed. Why don't I do this? It's taking it day by day, more moment to moment, because again, they're saying you were made for this moment. This moment you were made for. So it's as simple as that. Sometimes we add so much. This is all so much easier said than done. I know I rattle a lot off on these videos. I rattle what I get, and it's something to take to our minds and hearts to help us override what we put in our minds and hearts that either overwhelm us, they make us feel doubtful, discouraging. You know, we're not the best in our own space. We're not, you know, we don't encourage. We're not the greatest soil sometimes for this. So that's what I feel, because this is a lot about nourishing being on your own side, and this real divine self-care, like tuning into your own energy, knowing what it needs, feeling your way when you can't see the way, clear out your mind, for divine wisdom and divine ideas to enter. So you're not doing this alone. That's the co-creation that they keep talking about. And stay divinely connected. Stay divinely connected and create real divine abundance. So part of this is to be really there for yourself and really divinely connected. And when you're in a space where you don't feel either, that's when you step in with the real divine self-care and you pay attention to your energy. So it's like, and also realizing that everything that you embody in this moment is part of your resources. So you want to take really good care of your energy, of your mind, of your, you know, so clear out your mind. Welcome divine wisdom, divine ideas to enter. Realize you don't have to know all the steps from where you are right this second. You were made for this moment, this very moment. So clear out everything else and then welcome how the day unfolds. Where is your energy and time more useful? It's all co-creating this fullness of this. Opportunities to prosper are everywhere. So remain open to be guided, remain open for divine ideas, new creative ideas, because creative and flexible were like the two key words. So this is all about being flexible and creative in this co-creating. So stay divinely connected and create real divine abundance, because that's the key, being creative and flexible. And knowing wholeheartedly the whole entire way, what trumps everything that we might put in our mind, know wholeheartedly you deserve real divine abundance. So it's in this vein, and you're definitely being helped through the whole way in the physical, but then also really divinely, which has been coming out over and over. So the thing that we can do for ourselves that's sleeping out is this, Teresa, of taking real divine self-care of yourself, staying in tune with your own energy, so you know when you need to adjust, when you need to rest, when you need to be uplifted, when you need to clear out your mind, when you need to stay divinely connected, to know wholeheartedly you deserve it, and that opportunities to prosper are everywhere. And this is where they want me to end it, how it started with this one card. Opportunities to prosper are everywhere. So it's all about being flexible and creative and nurturing our soil, and the divine is helping to nurture our soil. So this comes in. We're not doing this alone. This like fullness, this money tree. It reminds me of a money tree. Yeah, we're growing a money tree, a divine money tree. Yeah, I just want to end it there. So I wish you all the best when it comes to abundance. Take care. Bye-bye.